Music is like root work. It writes your true name on a scrap of paper and makes you dance undignified like King David. This is the Hoodoo Music Podcast.
This is the Hoodoo Music Podcast, episode number 26, and the guest is Horrible Girl and the Hot Mess. What's up?
Hi.
Barely hear you guys over there. Okay.
Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good.
So we'll get to know you guys in a couple minutes after this first song. What's this first song that you're doing, and tell us a little bit about it.
This first one is the Stupid Song. It's a stupid song. It's about like music you like growing up and how like those dumb songs like keep you around and stuff, and like a bunch of really agreeable things like suicide is bad and stuff like that. I wrote it after a friend of mine came back and visited from college, and I felt like an idiot because he finished his degree and was making a bunch of jokes I didn't get. I was like, damn. Stupid Song, take 2,432, part B. No, it's just take 2. It's been almost a day since I had a real meal, so the coffee I just drank makes me feel like my heart is playing xylophone against my ribcage. The way that I played xylophone when I was a kid. Notes in wrong places and in the wrong times, and they said, girl, you can't sing for your life. But I never stopped singing, and these stupid songs saved my life. Father died. It was the same day that his house began to mine. So we took to the bottle and sucked on some glass and tried to learn something from the stuff in our past. And once we learned something, we never looked back. No, once we learned something, we never looked back. And I drink with someone I met before college, and that feels like 1,000 years ago. Cigarettes, and then you told me a joke that I didn't get, and then you had to drive, so then you left, and I had to drive, so then I left. But I miss you like pop punk kids miss drive-through records, and I miss you like the way that I miss my hooded black sweatshirt. I miss you like way worse than the last time we said goodbye. There's nothing worse than being out with your friends, then when loneliness starts to creep in your head and everyone's voice seems so far away. You feel like an asshole tearing off into space, and they ask you what's wrong, you say I'm okay. It's a lie, but you don't want to darken their day. It's a lie, but you don't want to darken their day. It's a lie, but you don't want to darken their day. And it feels like the wrong place, like the wrong time. Your instincts tell you to run for your life, but you sing stupid songs to pass the time. These stupid songs are gonna save your life. Yeah, you sing stupid songs to save your life. Sing stupid songs to save your life. Everything is gonna be alright when you sing stupid songs to save your life. Sing stupid songs to save your life.
Everyone introduce yourselves.
My name is Amy Horrible Girl, and I play guitar and sing.
Hey, my name is Shelby Switchblade, and I play drums.
Hello, my name is Wayno Radio, and I play the bass guitar. Thank you.
So how'd you guys all get together as a group? As a musical
We're
group.
passing the mic around to get these answers. Shelby Switchblade here. How did we meet? Originally Amelia started the band, and she had rotating members in and out. I think we're second generation. Is that correct?
Yeah, second gen.
Yeah. Because Amelia and I met, and then I started playing drums, and then Wayne jumped on ship, and off we go. And we've had
back on,
yeah.
off again, back on.
I was a keyboard player for a while.
Yeah, we had a keyboard player for a little while, and they're
making porn video games.
they're making porn video games. So I think that's probably a little bit more important than playing in a rock and roll band.
a lot more money that way.
Doing God's work.
Well, so what's kind of like the musical background for everybody?
I mean, like, I started playing, like, a lot of acoustic stuff, like acoustic pop punk and folk music and, like, just, like, bluesy rock and roll. And I played in a psychedelic rock band for a while and a garage rock band. And I wrote a bunch of other songs. And I was like, I want to play these songs with a band. Loud, noisy, punky, folksy, bluesy shit.
I just play in any kind of project that any of my friends will let me play in.
Nice.
You are the scene.
It's usually punk music, something really fast and loud that you could screw up in and nobody will notice. But I think we've kind of honed our sound a little bit with this band. We're pretty technical.
Oh, yeah.
This is as technical as it's getting for me anyways.
Yeah,
so
right.
Yeah, it is a very tight sound. Like it's structured, but it's also got some room. It's very nice.
Oh, thank you.
It's enjoyable.
All right. Well, I started playing in bands, playing in a kind of 80s hardcore anarcho-punk band. And then I started playing the kind of like folk punk, cowpunky stuff with Horrible Girl, and they're slowly starting to get me to actually enjoy it, so they're slowly winning.
Talking shit. I kill you. Talking mad shit.
Well, cool. Well, so have you guys like grown up together or like?
I've known you since
Like, 4 or 5 years ago. Like,
2-3 years.
we've been, it's been, 3, I guess.
We've been toddlers, yeah.
Yeah, since we were like, 2-3 years ago. 2-3 years ago, when we were 2-3 years old. Yeah. Yeah, right. All put together there.
I mean, that's the reason I ask is I've noticed a lot of bands that I've had on the show of like, it's people who are friends, who've been friends their whole lives,
Mm-hmm.
and there's kind of a cool chemistry that happens with musicians.
My childhood friends suck.
There are a few of them, yeah. Friends. Stuff. Friends are rad.
Well, cool.
Friends and pizza and hating your hometown.
Woo! It's truly the pop punk way.
Well, cool. What's this next song?
This next one's called Dog Days, parentheses, Dead Pigs, close parentheses. This one's about how men treat women every time we walk out of the house in a pair of fucking shorts. Walk
this one's probably more for Amelia. What's kind of like the songwriting process like? And I imagine there's, collaboration on a lot of parts of it. So I want to know more about that. But what's your songwriting process like?
Ooh, the deep storyteller session question.
Yeah.
I write all the time. So like I'll write a song and I won't have a chord progression, or I'll have a chord progression and I'll write it and I'll play it a couple times and I'll either forget it or I'll listen to it, like I'll play it again, or I'll record it on my phone and play back, and like a few weeks later I fucking hate it and I'll never touch it again. And then when I get really frustrated, like writer's block and stuff, I'll go through my old journals and pick something, and I might like after a couple months lyrically, like I'll like one line of a song, like 1 or 2 lines, and the rest of it is like I think it's garbage, and so we'll go and then I'll write a whole new song around that concept that I really like in the line. And with chord progressions, I mean, I kind of play, like a lot of this is like really like it's just like 1-4-5, 1-6-4-5, just like really simple, like
Sure.
major chord progressions that are just a lot of fun, and I bring them, and Shelby and Wayno like turn them into actual songs away from like me noodling and yelling over a guitar, and they like help make them real songs as opposed to like some little girl with like a loud mouth yelling over a guitar out of key.
Amelia's like the little creative child, and then Wayne and I are like the parents that give her structure.
Shit, don't you fucking
But Dad!
And Wayne just walked out the door.
Don't mind your dad.
Daddy!
fucking grounded, okay?
It's cool to see like a family element, even if it is a contrived one that's mostly just abuse.
No, this is actually the least abusive band I've ever played in, swear to God.
Yeah. Are you currently like touring a lot, or?
We toured a little bit and we want to do more. We did a little short run, like 4 days back in April, and we're going to... For 4 months. No, 4 months ago. Or... No,
You're on the road 4 months
like,
straight.
That'd be great. I wish we could do 4 months. We're actually trying to tour a little longer, then go out a few more days, like in the spring, and plan some regional shows. We're playing in Columbia next weekend, and Athens not long after that. Oh, I need to confirm that. And then right now we're actually about to start working on a brand new album. We've got a bunch of material that we've been writing. A lot of the stuff that we were playing tonight is or it's tonight. It's like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, you know. I mean, it's any time.
Time is an illusion. Anyway,
time's an illusion.
Time is a flat circle.
Daytime and nighttime aren't quite an illusion, per se.
That's more
Right.
rhythm than time.
But
Come on.
I'm gonna need to smoke way more pot before we have that conversation. Okay, like
The house we're recording at Amy's house. It's Concrete Castle.
Yep, that concrete castle. It's my home. We are on location. We are on location in the concrete castle. Now, my fake British accent. Yeah, we do like house shows and punk shows and cookout thingies and like, satanic rituals and like.
Naturally.
Yeah, like, how else are we gonna grow our membership? Wait, don't you shush me.
Well, I actually came to a show here a few weeks ago with HOTSALT and Beach Bug and Elephant Jake, who was awesome.
Yeah, and those Thunderbite kids who were like 16.
Fantastic.
They drove up from Columbia. Like, one of the members of Thunderbite messaged me when Sal from Elephant Jake posted their tour flyer, because he listens to Elephant Jake, and was like, wait, you're playing in South Carolina? And so Sal tagged me, and then... Yeah, the guys from Thunderbite messaged me, were like, can we please play this show? And I was like, fuck yeah, you can come play this show. And their dad was here with like a t-shirt that said Thunderbite on it. It was like a merch shirt that was like a dad shirt, and it said Thunderbite, and he was so sweet.
Yeah. It was cool. And it was a cool show. Like a lot of the Pablo kids were out here, and
Pablo kids are like show up here and they turn out in like such big numbers. Yeah, like seriously, like roll like 20-30 kids deep, like show up. I'm like,
yeah,
youth culture.
It's so cool. Well, what was it? What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, I was just adding noise back there. I haven't said anything in a few minutes.
Okay.
Letting the listeners know that she's still here.
She is.
Still live.
We're actually, if you haven't seen the video, you'll see there me and Shelby are conjoined at the hip. It makes work really awkward.
Yeah, because you have different jobs in different places.
Yeah. Makes sex really awkward too.
Fucking
really awkward.
Yeah, like it's just you get really comfortable really quick. But hey, like when I need someone to like do my hair or my makeup, it's like, hey Shelby, like, hey, can you do this right here?
Yeah, but like I'm standing next to you, so it gets really messed up and tangled.
You have to like do it.
Our hair looks like shit, and we have really awkward sex.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be the subtitle of the show. Getting back to the the thing with all the Pablo kids showing up and how they do roll like 30 kids deep to a show. It's cool to see like what's happening to the music scene around here. But I like to see where there are like all these different sub scenes that I've noticed. There's not really any like unity. Where do y'all feel like you fit in to the scene overall?
As a unifying force?
We're kind of one of those bands that can bounce around. I feel like we play at a lot of different venues, a lot of different kinds of venues. So I wouldn't really necessarily say we fit into one particular subgroup or subgenre. We can kind of weasel our way into anything. We get along with people. We're pretty nice, young, outstanding citizens, musicians. So, can't really pigeonhole us that easily.
You could totally also though. It's mostly if it's on Poinsett Highway, we're probably in a venue within Poinsett Highway. A lot of there's all the house venues seem to be in this part of town, and the old
Kind
ones
of the
in
Sans
Greenville.
Souci area.
Yeah, Sans Souci, Brutontown, and then like Radio Room is literally I walk there and it's a 5.5 minute walk.
Yeah, it's also right on the edge of that Sans Souci.
Yeah, Pomel, yep. But yeah, we try not to really fit in. I was gonna make the joke we don't fit in anywhere, but now it's like we just kind of play wherever they'll have us, and whoever wants to risk their job by putting on this garbage band, we appreciate it though.
But it's cool though. It is like you do have a sort of a place within it. I think, especially because you host shows and things like that here.
The hosting is a lot of fun. It's really cool to have spaces. There's sometimes the kind of show that you get at a bar or a concert hall versus the kind of show you get at a house versus the kind of show you get at a record store. House shows are always there's a certain it's literally because the space is so much smaller, it's so much tighter, and there's this certain sense of joviality that comes from it, and just having a lot it's more celebratory being in a house. I think it's a very different way.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any celebrities that show up to this thing, so I don't think it's fair to call it celebratory. But whatever that means.
More like celebrating, or do you mean
something like that?
Yeah. No, totally. We have Owen Wilson was here last week.
I didn't catch that.
Owen Wilson fucking loves Nihilist Cheerleader. Owen Wilson thinks Nihilist Cheerleader are the best band in the world.
For the record. Well, the thing about having a house show versus a bar show is a lot of people come out for the music at a house show versus when you're at a bar show, people come to drink, people come to hook up, party.
That is something I've noticed. I really like house shows for that reason, because it is.
It gets my nerves is people who don't understand the difference between a house show and a house party.
Not to be confused with House Party the movie, but an actual house party.
And
Noted.
also not to be confused with Animal House.
Duly noted.
Yeah. Well, what's this next song?
This next song is called Graduation, and it's about growing up and being 18 and smoking a bunch of weed because you're too poor to do anything else.
Smoking pot at the top of a parking garage. You feel tall for the very first time in your life. top of a parking garage before you clock in to wash dishes at a restaurant. And if the cook with the cross has something to say about the lace on your shirt, you'll cut his throat with a broken plate. Write another song about leaving on the interstate. Let everybody know how you really hate this place. And if I tell you, are you really gonna use my name? If I tell you, are you really gonna use my name? If I tell you, are you gonna look at me the same? If I tell you, are you really gonna use my name? If I tell you, are you really gonna use my name? If I tell you, are you really gonna use my name? If I tell you, are you gonna look at me the same? If I tell you, are you really gonna?
What's the what's the next step in where I guess what I usually like to ask bands, what are the goals that you have, and what do you want to do with this ultimately?
I want to quit my day job and tour full time.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Don't start singing Real Big Fish, please.
You're making it so hard for me right now. You're making it so hard.
Yeah, if we want to tour, like I would really, really, really like to quit my day job. I would like to tour full time. Would be really, really nice. We're attempting to work our way to that right now. We're trying to work as hard as we can. And like Greenville's lovely. Like Greenville's a great home, but I want to come home. I don't want to stay.
It's a good place to be from.
Yeah, like
It's not like Austin where you can make a living being a local musician and staying in Austin.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's just, and with our style, like I've met people from like just being in bands and hosting shows and going to shows, and like I've met amazing people all over the U.S. and some people elsewhere, and it's like I want to see those people. I miss those people, and it's like getting the opportunity to hang out with them and share things with them and get to meet other people and like maybe hopefully have an impact on someone that's positive. That's what a lot of our music is. Keep being posy and all the feelsies and stuff, and playing cool ass punk rock, kitten core, cowpunk garbage.
Well, so what's the next step then? If the goal is ultimately to tour full time, and that's your job, what's the next step?
We're looking into getting a van, BT Dubs. If you want to like send us some money and like spend a bunch of like, you can donate it through the page.
You got like a PayPal on your.
Yeah, we do have a PayPal, and the Bandcamp is attached to our PayPal. We want to record this record, and then we want to spend most of the winter and spring playing in the Southeast, doing weekenders, and then hopefully around like before spring break next year, like go out and do a longer tour and come back and then recoup and then go out and do it again and go recoup and then go back and do it again, and then hopefully keep doing it, and hopefully someone will want to give us money for it so we can do it and we can totes pay them back. But
well, what are you doing right now? Oh, do you have something to add?
yeah, I got something to add.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say that's a good point that we do have a PayPal. Donate, give us money. Seriously, everything that we get with that PayPal, anytime we make money from a show, anytime we sell a record, it all goes back into the band to do really cool stuff for you guys. So if you have money and you want to donate and you want us to do really cool stuff and to keep on doing really cool, inventive stuff for you guys and for ourselves and for the community. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. We're touring, we're doing shows, we're recording. So hopefully we'll have a record out soon and we'll be playing a lot more out-of-town venues, hitting the road, putting our feet in the ground, getting grass, gas, and ass, because nobody rides for free. Am I right?
Right.
All right.
I'm the ass.
So what are y'all doing right now? What steps are you taking right now? Because you were talking earlier about later today you guys are going to be screen printing some shirts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. We do our own shirts. We made our own screen. Shout out to Mike and Casey from Italo and the Passions for helping us make these dope ass Horrible Girl on the screens for our t-shirts. We're doing that. We're playing HOTSALT, which is just a really cool venue that it makes a very public stand against rape culture and slut shaming. They raise it's a benefit for both Girls Rock and some of the women's shelters in Colombia, which is really rad. It brings a bunch of awesome femme and queer bands together and people of color, and it's just this awesome yo, we're here, fuck you Confederate flag people, you no longer have a place here, and that's really fun. And we all work day/night jobs full time to sort of allow us to live comfortably while we try and make this happen. I'm working on my license is suspended right now, so I'm working on getting that back, and so we can actually drive and tour, because they got really sick of being the only two who were allowed to drive on our last tour.
Right. The driving shifts are important, especially if you have to drive through the night.
That Richmond Greenville drive, that haul was, I'm so glad you guys let me sleep for that. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Welcome, baby. Yeah.
This for a lot of us is dealing with the everyday, and the bigger culture is really stressful. It's really exhausting for me personally. Is I work in a really awesome company, but even then you still deal with sexism and queerphobia and shit like that in the workplace. So to be able to host these shows and to exist in spaces where there's still a bit of it there, but we're really choosy about kind of the spaces that we play and the people that we play with, because we want to participate in this bigger culture of creating safer, more inclusive, positive spaces. And it's I'd rather work in that space. And the company I work for, the bank I work for, is really awesome about women in leadership and LGBT stuff and inclusivity. And that's really, really awesome. But it's also at the same time, it's I want to work for myself, and I want to do work that hopefully will have a better impact on young people and girls like me and their life, and speak to that experience, because there's not a lot of it. And it's still punk rock is still very much, there's more women and queer people being in it, but it's still very much a boys club, and we're coming for their throats, and it's good to know that that space exists.
You had one more song.
We did. It's a brand new one called Pentagram Tattoo. I say it's new. It's actually, this is the 5th iteration of it, and it's our throwback to Weezer in the 90s. Woo! Is
there a story behind it, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's TMI/autobiographical. I'm a fucking hot mess, and have a very bad habit of spending all night out at shows and bars, and waking up unwashed in my makeup many times still in the outfit I was wearing the night before. And it's kind of a song about that. It's about, how that kind of lifestyle can lead to depression and stuff like that, and how it affects you and your friends, and being grateful that you're still alive, even though you feel like shit and you want to die in the morning, and you realize that, oh, I'm making a bunch of bad decisions back to back to back, which I do my best to not make so much anymore of. It's kind of about that. It's about stopping apologizing for your mistakes and doing better, and it's about always fighting to do better and to be kinder and to take better care of yourself, and be who you are.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
apologizing. I swear that I'll never stop fighting. I swear I am done with apologizing. I swear that I'll never stop fighting. There's a brand new scar on my chest. I swear I tried my best. There's a brand new scar on my flesh. My friends all run in circles around their death. My friends all run in circles around their death. When I wake up in my makeup and I wish that I was dead, I know it's not over. My heart beats so strong inside my chest. My heart beats so strong inside my chest. I swear I am done with apologizing. I swear that I'll never stop fighting. I swear I am done with apologizing. I swear that I'll never stop. When I wake up in my makeup, I'm so glad that I'm not dead. I wake up in my makeup, I'm so glad that I'm not dead. All right, yeah, that's good. That does it. That'll work it.
I want to thank all of you for agreeing to do the show and having me out to your house. It was awesome.
Thank you.
You know, I had a really good time. Where can people find you online? Do you have like social media presence, all that kind of stuff?
We do. So you can find Horrible Girl music at horriblegirl.bandcamp.com. And on Facebook, you can follow us under Horrible Girl and the Hot Mess. You can keep up with what Shelby's doing with her other band under the Cherry Ices and the cherryices.bandcamp.com, as well as our friends, the Lewis Turnout and Lewis Turnout on Facebook. And I post a bunch of selfies and cat pictures and pictures of practices and show flyers and cute pics of my boyfriend on Instagram at Horrible Girl, spelled like Leet Speak. And yeah, that's a lot of it there. Or you can catch us at Coachella in Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday, August 26th. If, you know, you're hearing about this and if it's past then you missed it. Ha ha.
Yeah, this is going to come out in September.
Rat. You missed it.
Yeah, or you could check out our Angel Fire website,
How many
our
gifts?
GeoCities
like,
fan page.
Do you have some like really like spicy gifts on there? Just like from
Yeah,
way
glittery
back in the
cats
day.
and
Yeah.
Dancing
Don't
cats,
forget, we got
hamsters.
Our live journal, Crying Horrible Girl, Black XXY92XX.
What about Zanga? Like, do you have
Never
no?
did Zanga.
No.
Are we on Google Plus?
what game system is the Zanga? I've never heard of Zanga before.
Well, this podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. You can follow all the social media and find the links to subscribe at bit.ly/Hoodoo Music Podcast or bit.ly/local band pod. It works very well. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Jones Audio, you'll see like, you know, pictures and videos from these sessions, as well as some stuff on YouTube. And actually, I also wanted to plug another podcast. It's very similar to what I'm doing, except it's based out of Texas. It's called Julie's Infinite Playlist. Very similar kind of thing, just focusing on local bands and interviewing them. So, you know, support your local music scene. You deserve good music. Your friends deserve good music. And there are a lot of great bands that deserve to be heard. So get all your friends and just go to a damn show. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Hoodoo Music Podcast.
gonna